Good afternoon and evening to everyone who have joined us from around the world. My name is Shruti Chandrasekhar and I will be your host for today. Since 1962, the 5th of September has always been celebrated as Teachers' Day. We dedicate this day to the teachers who help us grow. It is on this pleasant day that we are all gathered here to witness the grand launch of Masterminds International Institutions. The Masterminds International group of companies provides professional services like global business management and strategies to deliver the best solutions for a business, professional degrees, job-oriented programs to help upskill and match industry requirements. We are determined to ensure that we enhance the power of knowledge and upskill people, as well as transform the dimension of human resources. That being said, today being Teachers' Day seems to be a perfect way to launch our institution that aims to bring out the best in the field of education. With our vision in mind, let's start the event with a prayer. I'd like to call upon Shweta Chandrasekhar and Varun Subramaniam for the same. Over to you.
Let's endeavor together out of darkness into light. Let's endeavor together with the founder's vision in sight. Let's strive all together with body, mind, and soul, balancing our lives. Let's march towards our goal.
Thank you so much, Shweta and Varun. That was a really nice way to start the evening. Now, I'd like to call upon Dr. Kevin T. Cherian, Director, Masterminds International, to talk a bit about Teachers' Day. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Shruti. To all the respected dignitaries, a humble welcome. As we celebrate the launch of the Masterminds International on this auspicious day, we citizens of India celebrate this day as Teachers' Day. It is celebrated to mark the birth anniversary of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, who was the second President of India. He is a well-known person for his notable work as a teacher, philosopher, and scholar. He was one of India's most distinguished 20th century scholars of comparative religion and philosophy. He was a Spalding Professor of Eastern Religion and Ethics at the University of Oxford, by which he became the first Indian to hold a professorial chair at the University of Oxford. He also served as a lecturer at the Manchester College and a Haskell lecturer in comparative religion at the University of Chicago. Dr. Radhakrishnan always encouraged the youth to grow and step forward in shaping the world with the power of education. In commemorating his philosophical knowledge, work towards Hindu literature, and for being an exemplary teacher, Teachers' Day is celebrated in his memory. He was awarded the Bharat Ratna, the highest civilian award by the Indian government, knighthood, and the recognition of a member of the Order of Merit by the Britain government. Let us all remember and be thankful to our teachers, mentors, and guides in this juncture who have led us through with their words of wisdom and by being a stronghold in making us who we are today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kevin, for giving us a quick glimpse to the purpose of today. Now, I'd like to call upon Mrs. Rosamma Tanigaimani, Managing Director, the Masterminds International, to welcome the gathering. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Shruti. Praise the Lord. Respected chief guest and guest of honor, colleagues from the business and teaching profession, representatives of the present media, distinguished invitees, friends, family, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Management and Directors, it is my pleasant privilege to welcome you all to the inauguration of the Masterminds International Institutions. A humble respect to all our mentors in an auspicious day of the Teachers' Day. We are privileged to have with us today as our chief guest, Her Excellency, Ms. Radha Venkatraman, High Commissioner of India in Eswatini, Swaziland. She is an aggressive social activist, more than a dedicated professional. She is a wonderful human being who always empowers with her words. We are extremely grateful to you, madam, for making it convenient to attend our function despite your busy schedule in gracing this occasion. We are also privileged to have with us today Professor Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan, former professor and HOD, Sri Ramachandra Medical and Dental College Hospital, Chennai, India. He is also a visiting professor, Washington University, and board member of Dental Council of India. So thank you for joining us on this auspicious day. We are very fortunate to have you with us today, Professor Dr. M. Balasubramaniam, Dean of Research, Medical and Health Science, SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center, and SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. Sir, your contribution towards science, research, and mentorship for doctoral research PhD students are highly commendable. Thanks for joining us. We extended a very warm welcome to Professor Dr. Amoni Gasambala, founder, GAPS International and Global Business Strategic Consultant, GMM Group, Durban, South Africa. He is a global management expert and world's renowned mentor, corporate business strategy. He has served for almost all international NGOs. We are extremely happy to have you with us, sir. We welcome Dr. Augustus Azaria, Director of IBM India, Bangalore. He is an expert in human resources, business community leader with deep focus on employee and Labor Relations. He was recently recognized as Asia's most innovative HR leader by SRM Asia and the Times of India. We are elated to have you with us today, sir. We are extremely happy to welcome Dr. M.K. Ajit Kumar, President and CEO of Global Conference Management Group. He is an Executive Committee Tourism Advisor for both state and central governments of India, and also a global conference expert in handling medical and business conferences across the globe. He is a pioneer in the field of tourism development and conference management. Thank you, sir, for consenting to be part of this celebration. We also welcome Mr. Hassan Abdul Muttalib, International Film and Animation Director, film historian, and film critic. He is also known as Father of Malaysian Animation and Pioneer in Asian Animation. Thank you, sir, for participating in this international institution's launch representing Malaysian's multimedia industry. We welcome to Mr. M. Parameswaran, AMN, Senior Faculty of the Board, Subject Matter Expert, Committee Member, and Chairman of Science Discourse. We are privileged to honor you, sir, for representing the Ministry of Education, Government of Malaysia, and in dignifying the occasion with your presence. We are also privileged to have with us today Mr. Kurian Cherian, Chairman of Privasi Global Association, our mentors, professionals, and students. Indeed, we have participants not only in India, but from Eswatini, South Africa, Malaysia, US, UK, UAE, Austria, Canada, Denmark, Australia, Philippines, Portuguese, Switzerland, and many other countries. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the warm welcome. Now, I'd like to request Dr. N. Tanigaimani, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, the Masterminds International, to explain his vision and mission for the group of companies.
Good afternoon, dignitaries. I thank our Heavenly Father for his love, mercy, kindness, and wisdom to initiate the digital knowledge platform to serve for the society. On behalf of the Masterminds International family, we welcome to the world of knowledge. The Masterminds International has been established to transform the strategy from traditional education system into contemporary systems for both business industries and the education sectors. Our logo represents always think out of the box. The multicolor representations keep swing your knowledge in all aspects of your profession. The Masterminds functionally grouped into the 4 segments. The vision plan of the Masterminds International to be the preferred online partner for every career aspirants across the globe amongst the focused groups. The purpose to provide contemporary, tertiary, and flexible online education to accredit career choices aspirants beyond boundaries across the pyramid. The strategy of the Masterminds to evoke the career instinct for every career aspirants by focused promotion and effortless reach to the Masterminds International. We have the multi-functions of the group work ethics. One is a global strategy and HR solutions, capacity building, global education institution, international quality standard, and global networking. The Masterminds functionally grouped into the 4 segments. One is the School of Management, School of Engineering, School of Science and Technology, and School of Health Sciences. The Masterminds International have been accredited by the IAO, International Accredited Organization, USA, and GEAC, the Global Euro Accreditation Center in Europe. The institution also has been certified as a ISO 9001-2015 certification. Government of India, the High Commissioner of India also has been approved by our institution to collaborate with the international institutions for the higher studies. We have also done a 2-group survey with the Harvard as well as the Groupical. The research studies has been productively given immense pleasure to share the world of knowledges to the general domain. We also done the Groupical survey. The survey report also has been produced, the wonderful statements where this is given us the more confidence to deliberately take all the focused minds into the global world. The capacity building, this is one of the main focus for the Masterminds International. Training the people, give them the different type of the learning methodology, improve the knowledge and the skill and coaching methods and support system, and ensure that they're developing into their next level of their career. We also have the range of different programs. It starts from the foundational segment, it goes up to the doctoral programs. Let me introduce our core team of Masterminds. It's next to me, my wife, Managing Director. She takes care of the entire functional operationals as well as the administrative support. And my classmate and our Executive Director, Mrs. Uma, she takes care of our entire group operations. She is covering all our operational functions. Mrs. Rohini Arvindan, she's taking care of the Director Academics and covering all our subjects and syllabus, curriculums, etc. Dr. Aman, he is our international expert. He is with our international group company and strategically planning all our progresses. Mr. Anthony, he is a shipping expert and he is coming up with a lot of new skills. He'll be introducing the new source of process into our system. Mrs. Annie Anthony, she is our Director Administration. They're covering our Pune and North India operations. Mr. KV Ashok, he is a Director of Media Relations. And Mrs. Namsile Mebingo, she's taking care of our HR consultancies and operations in Eswatini. Mr. P. Shaji, he is covering all our business activities and networking and franchisees, and he operates his office from Abu Dhabi. Mrs. Musa Masinga, and she is taking care of all our administrative classical functions in our Eswatini office. Mr. Rahu, Director Multimedia, he is taking care of all our multimedia segments and the courses curriculum for the international syllabuses. I'm also like to acknowledge and thank Mr. Surender, Mr. Shakti, Ms. Shruti, Mr. Kevin, Mr. Sonal, Ms. Purvi, Ms. Shweta, Mr. Subin, and Mr. Jason actively involved all our programs, and they are very much coordinated and they have started contributing a lot to our growth of our institution. I salute all my team members for their tireless work day and night. They are contributing a lot to make the session grand success. Let me introduce our research advisory board and professional and academic experts. Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan, he is a Dean of Research Studies, Masterminds International. Welcome you, sir. Dr. M. Balasubramaniam is a mentor professor, Principal Scientific Advisor, the Masterminds International. Dr. Aman E. Kasambala is a Director, Global Business Strategy and Advisory, the Masterminds International. Dr. Augustus J. Azaria, Director, Advisory Board and Mentor of the Masterminds International. Dr. M.K. Ajit Kumar, Director of Management Studies and Advisor, the Masterminds International. Mr. Hassan Abdul Muttalib He is the Director of Visual Media Animation for the Masterminds International. Mr. Parameshwaran is the International Business Partner and also Education Expert of the Masterminds International. Professor Dr. V. Vidya, Director Advisory Board and Mentor, the Masterminds International. Reverend Father Johnny Koikara is the Director Education System of the Masterminds International. Mr. K.V. Ashok, Director Mass Media and Communications. Mr. Edward Anthony Jolas, he is a Regional Director covering our, and also he is a mentor for the marine engineering courses of the Masterminds International. Professor Rohini Arvindan, our Director Academics and Mentor of the Masterminds International. And me. Let me also introduce our mentorship panel and professional academic experts. We have the strength of 64 faculty. We do covering all the 360 dimension process for the entire our education system. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank the Almighty God to given us the strength to take up this full responsibility, take this to this entire process into the world. I thank each and every one of you present here today, and we request your continuous support to take this forward, to take this mission forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for showcasing the company in such a vivid manner. Next, I request the team to present a testimonial video.
Good day. Thank you for the privilege and the honor to share with you. I would like to introduce to you Dr. Tanigai and his wife Rosie, who have formed an organization called Masterminds International. It's an effective organization with incredible tools. The tools that they offer include HR software, as well as ISO standards, and implementing classes to train and empower, equip staff members, as well as evaluation techniques. I'm introducing him to you from the perspective that I, as a senior pastor, a lead pastor of Potterswheel Church, where I'm privileged to be able to minister to some amazing saints in our country, the Kingdom of Eswatini. About 3,500 people call Potterswheel home. However, Potterswheel is the central hub of Challenge Ministries, where we look after men's center, women's center for women who've been trafficked. We also have children's homes. We have the privilege of ministering through Bulembu Ministries up in Bulembu. Altogether, we have approximately 500 staff and a total of 1,500 people that we are responsible to care for in various forms. We also have 16 churches that we've planted throughout Eswatini, reaching many children through preschools and many people throughout the nation. In caring for as many people as we do, we looked for a system, an HR system, that could empower and equip and provide boundaries for the staff. That's how Dr. Tanigai and Masterminds International came into being in our lives, where a program was written for our work, providing clear boundaries and paperless structure. We also implemented ISO, which helped lift our standards, made it much easier for the staff. What we learned is people who are serving the Lord and working, and even if they're staff coming to a secular job, they want to know how well they're doing, how they're scoring in their evaluations. And ISO really helps our people to know how they're doing and what to do. Everyone wants to come to work and excel. ISO provides that. Dr. Tanigai has empowered and equipped our staff. I welcome them and I welcome you to consider using their material in training, in structuring your company, in dealing with HR, as well as implementing software that can be seamless, that your staff can check in as they go to work on the phone app or on the computer and record how they're doing their days, and even self-evaluate how they're doing according to their line supervisor. For those of you who want to be empowered and equipped, Masterminds International is the way to go. He's a brother in the Lord. I trust his integrity and his heart. The great thing about Taniga and Rosie is they feel called by the Lord to empower, encourage, and equip the saints. Enjoy this gift from the Lord to you.
Thank you, team. To proceed with the event, I'd like to call upon the felicitators to introduce the guests for today. To start, I invite Mr. Edward Anthony Jules, Regional Director, the Masterminds International, to felicitate and welcome Her Excellency Ms. Radha Venkatraman, High Commissioner of India in Kingdom of Eswatini, Swaziland. Over to you, Mr. Anthony.
Thank you very much indeed, Ms. Shruti, for the beautiful introduction. Greetings to everyone present here on this fine evening where we witness the commencement of our Masterminds International. I am deeply honored to be introducing our chief guest, Ms. Radha Venkatraman. Ms. Radha Venkatraman joined the Ministry of External Affairs in 1982. She has served under different capacities in Belgrade, Bonn, Lisbon, Thimphu, Kandy, and New Delhi, and has handled various aspects of diplomatic work covering administration, publicity, human resources, capacity training, parliament and coordination, consular, and public relations. She was the first lady liaison officer to His Highness the Dalai Lama and served in Dharamshala from 2008 to 2010. She served as the head of Chancery in the Embassy of India, Thimphu, from December 2011 to 2014, and was the Assistant High Commissioner of India at Kandy, Sri Lanka from December 2014 to December 2017. Ms. Radha Venkatraman, born in 1962, is single and has a master's degree in sociology. She has a diploma in Russian and limited knowledge of Serbo-Croatian, German, and Portuguese languages, besides being fluent in English, Hindi, and Tamil. She has assumed charge as High Commissioner of India to the Kingdom of Eswatini in 13 August 2019. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being with us. I would like to ask Ms. Radha Venkatraman to say a few words about her company. Without further ado, I would kindly request Ms. Radha Venkatraman to launch our company and the website. Please welcome the High Commissioner, Ms. Radha Venkatraman, with big round of applause. Thank you.
Namaskaram. Good evening to everyone. All protocols observed. I'm honored to be the chief guest at the inauguration of the Masterminds International Institutions based in Eswatini. Let me begin by introducing to you all the High Commission of India in Mbabane, which came into being in August 2019 on my arrival in the kingdom and assumption of charge as the first resident High Commissioner for India in Eswatini. Earlier, High Commissioner of India in Maputo was accredited to the kingdom. Subsequent to a cabinet decision of April 2018 to increase India's diplomatic representation in the African continent with new missions in 18 countries, including in Eswatini, I got the opportunity to represent India in the kingdom. With a small team of India-based officers and a few local staff members, the High Commission has successfully completed 2 years in the country, and during that period has been proactive in working towards bringing the friendly relations between the two countries to newer heights. One aspect of the High Commission's effort has been to bring academic scholarships and capacity building training programs to MSwati students and workforce through education and training in premier Indian institutions under the established platform of Indian Technical Economic Cooperation Program and the Indian Council of Cultural Relations Africa Scholarship Scheme. I'm happy to report here that the enthusiasm shown by Eswatini in availing of these scholarships and training programs offered by India have been extremely encouraging and has helped the High Commission in creating numerous goodwill ambassadors for India in the kingdom. As you will all agree, any student who goes to India and comes back is fully enriched with the qualification gained with strong prospects in the job market. While the Indian High Commission continues to bring to Eswatini as many educational opportunities as possible through government channels, I am encouraged by the creation in the private sector of the Masterminds International in Eswatini by a diaspora Indian family, which is going to strive to provide the professional services on global business management and strategies to deliver the best solutions for the business. The 360-degree HR management and software solutions to understand the context of an organization and find the right technical and cultural match for the company, following standards that are applied globally, international quality management systems and standards pertaining to quality policies and regulations governed by ISO to ensure the systematic function of the company, that too mostly through virtual means, is the need of the hour, while the entire world is affected by the pandemic. I would like to read here the letter of recognition issued by my office to the Masterminds International. The High Commission of India in Eswatini has been informed of the establishment of the Masterminds International as a recognized and legally registered business in the Kingdom of Eswatini by Dr. Thanigai Thanigamani Nagappan, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Mrs. Rosamma Thanigamani, Managing Director, who are respected members of the diaspora community in Eswatini. The High Commission is aware of their vision and effort to establish a world-class graduate and postgraduate educational institution that will provide medical, engineering, management, science and technology facilities, mostly through virtual means, by partnering with high-profile professional organizations to forge international partnerships with the Kingdom of Eswatini and other Southern African countries. The High Commission of India in Eswatini hopes that recognized academic institutions in India and elsewhere will collaborate with the newly established Masterminds International for a mutually beneficial economic and humanitarian alliance to make the latest initiative in this regard a success. I am informed that the Masterminds International institutions will be offering professional degree and job-oriented programs to upskill the knowledge of a student to match the industry institutional requirements. Classified into School of Management, School of Engineering, School of Science and Technology, and School of Allied Health Sciences, the institutions have a dedicated set of professionals ranging from business tycoons to academicians and industrial experts around the world that work round the clock to provide a student with the best assistance possible. I have been assured by the chairman and CEO of the Masterminds that its institutions have been accredited as an international institution for quality management systems and standards by Global Euro Accreditation Center, Tbilisi, Georgia, Royal Stansted BV, Amsterdam, Netherlands, Europe, and globally accredited professional management courses by International Accreditation Organization, Houston, USA. And its main objectives are to provide certification opportunities for all at any point in their lives, bringing out the multi-talented individual in a student with a choice of customization, helping to complete this at his her own pace, to save precious time and to develop oneself from a professional to a qualified expert, and that too at affordable cost. I conclude by taking this opportunity to thank the Board of Management of the Masterminds International for inviting me to be the chief guest at this prestigious event on the auspicious Teachers' Day, and wish them all the very best in their endeavor to enhance the power of knowledge and empower one's skills and talents to transform oneself into a newer dimension. May they succeed in their earnest endeavor to create an ideal and convenient platform for society to enhance and strengthen the leadership quality, multitasking, professional skills, and passion for learning at all levels and at all times. Thank you once again. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am, for those kind words. I request our chief guest, Her Excellency Ms. Radha Venkatraman, to inaugurate the Masterminds International Institutions. Ma'am, please. Thank you. Next, I would like to call upon Mr. Kumar, Head of HR, Godrej Storage Solutions, to felicitate and welcome Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan, former Dean and Principal, Sri Ramachandra Medical College and University. Sir, please.
Thank you, Shruti. I have immense pleasure to introduce and to facilitate Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan. The name resonates with two popular legends, one at an international level and one at a local level. MJ stands for Michael Jackson. You will not forget that name at all in life. So his name resonates with Mr. Michael Jackson on one hand. On the other hand, his name resonates with a local famous personality, Dr. M.G. Ramachandran, who was the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. He is MGR. This gentleman is MJR. So with this few relation to the popular figures, I am very glad to say a few words about Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan. Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan is a principal and dean of Sri Ramachandra Medical University and Research and Institute, Chennai, India. A professor, HOD in Department of Oral Maxillofacial Surgery at Sri Ramachandra Dental College and Hospital in India. And is also the Dean of Medical and Paramedical Studies at Dr. Mohan's Diabetic Education Academy, India. He is a senior consultant in Dr. Mohan's Group of Diabetics Institutions, India, and a visiting professor at Washington University, USA. He is also a board member of the Medical and Dental Council of India and an eminent member of Royal Society of Health, London. I'm sure with this rich experience across the globe, he can do a much wonderful job as a Dean Research Studies in the Masterminds. So welcome to Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan. Before I request him to say a few words, I would also request him to launch the social media of the Masterminds and then say a few words about this ceremony and also the Mastermind International. Over to Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan. Thank you.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Very much so.
Good
Yes,
evening.
sir. It's very clear.
Good evening, everyone. So nice to see Mr. Tanikemani after a long time. We are all very old, close friends. Next comes Mastermind. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Respected chairperson, honorable chief guest, faculty members. It is an honor and my pleasure to welcome all of you in this grand launch of Masterminds International. And I would like to begin by saying that today, being Teachers' Day, it has been a very great day to launch an educational platform on this very, very auspicious day. And a high standard of teaching and advocating noble principles. We know that the Teachers' Day has been named after our Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, our former president, and a man of great vision in education. The Mastermind International has been recognized by the High Commission of India, Eswatini, Swaziland, and the Government of India, providing a platform for education in the field of engineering, in the field of medicine and science and technology. And it is, I am very happy that Tanikemani has been on this, pioneering the launching of this great institute. And I'm also happy to see our Madam Radha Venkataraman. And I'm also happy she speaks Tamil because I am a Tamilian. So I saw her this thing. She speaks Hindi, English, and Tamil. So I'm really happy because my mother tongue is Tamil. Happy that she's with us today on this auspicious day. I would do my best to help this mastermind come up with this educational platform, being the beginning, being the foundation stone laid today. It should grow up into a big tree. In Tamil, they say, Arasamaram pola valaranam. So, like a big tree, it should grow and give the fruits. And I would like to thank all the members who are with us today to take forward this great institute to a very high extent. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the dignitaries once again, and Dr. Balasubramaniam, who is a great researcher and who is also incidentally known to me very well. And I also welcome Mr. Dr. Amon, Dr. Augustus Azaraya, Dr. M.K. Ajit Kumar, Hassan Mutalib, Mr. Parameswaran, and the whole operative team. And I wish all the best for the Mastermind International, and I would cooperate and do my best to bring this institution on the field of education. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sirs. I request our Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan to launch the social media handles of the Masterminds International Institutions. Thank you. Next, I would like to call upon Ms. Rohini, Director of Academics, the Masterminds International Institution, to felicitate and welcome Dr. Balasubramaniam, Associate Dean of Research, SRM Medical College and Hospital. Over to you, Ms. Rohini.
Thank you, Shruti. Greetings to everyone present here on this fine evening where we witness the commencement of Masterminds International. I am deeply honored to be introducing Professor Dr. M. Balasubramaniam. Dr. M. Balasubramaniam is an Associate Dean of Research in SRM Medical College, Hospital and Research Center and SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. He has more than 35 years of research experience in postgraduate science at the New Jersey Medical School, New Jersey, USA. 3 years faculty at the Center for Biotechnology, Anna University, Chennai, and 21 years as a Dean of Research and Senior Scientist, MDRF, Chennai. He has also published more than 130 papers on disease biology, molecular medicine, biomarkers, diabetes, and metabolic disorders. He specializes in disease biology and molecular medicine, omics advancements in diabetes and its complication, exercise physiology, biomarkers for diabetes, prevention and management. He is our mentor, professor, and principal scientific advisor, the Masterminds International. Now, I would like to ask Dr. M. Balasubramaniam to say a few words about our company.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me an immense pleasure to launch the variety of professional courses offered by the Masterminds International, the Mastermind Initiative, the need of the day, catering to the need of the global education. These courses are built in on the 4 foundational pillars of the professional schools that include School of Management, School of Engineering, School of Science and Technology, and School of Allied Health Sciences. It's very important to note that the Masterminds International, an accredited international institution for quality management systems and standards by Global Euro Accreditation Center, as well as globally accredited professional courses and licensing by International Accreditation Organization, USA. What is offered here? The state-of-the-art professional degrees and job-oriented programs to upskill the knowledge to match the industry and institutional requirements. Who offers these courses? Let me explain. A dedicated team of highly qualified professionals ranging from business tycoons to academicians and industrial experts around the world that work around the clock to provide you with the best assistance possible. To me, education is a human right. Education is a social process. Education is growth. Education is not a preparation for life, but it is life itself. In the competitive world that we reside in today, a graduate degree no longer holds the same value as it did about 10 or 15 years ago. Earlier, if a person was a graduate, he or she was considered to be a well-educated individual for whom plenty of job opportunities would come knocking at the door. However, today, it is not so. Graduation is now viewed, no doubt, as a part of the basic level of education that everyone should complete. But employers are always looking for advanced qualifications, certifications, and skills for high-profile jobs. This is the primary reason why people should always upgrade their educational qualification by opting for job-oriented courses. As the educational standards continue to improve, the bar is set high for each of us. It is also serendipitous and great about the day, September 5th, chosen for the Masterminds International inaugural event. Remember, it is Teachers' Day in India. To mark the birth anniversary of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, the second President of India, who was also a teacher, scholar, and philosopher. In medicine, there is a Hippocrates oath. Similarly, I wish that the Masterminds International should take up Teachers' Guarantee Oath, involving the best of best teachers for all its professional courses, as teachers are the stepping stones into the world of education, moral values, and societal stability. The following should be the oath of Masterminds International. My job is to make sure that if you are a student of the Masterminds International, then I must see that you can get a good education and you have the highly deserved opportunity for a job. That is my job, and that is what I think about every day. Finally, I wish that Masterminds would get a team of magnanimous hearts and multidisciplinary hands to sustain and advance their world-class education goals. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful speech, sir. Without further ado, I would kindly request Dr. M. Balasubramaniam to launch our professional courses.
Thank you, ma'am and sir. Next, I would like to call upon Ms. Senthil Nayaki Natarajan, founder of Learn Global, to felicitate and welcome Dr. Amon E. Kasambala, founder, GAPS International and Global Business Strategy Consultant of the GMM Group. Over to you, Ms. Senna.
Hi. So thank you so much, Shruti, for pronouncing my name completely. And on this delightful Sunday evening, it's an honor for me to be part of this. I welcome every dignitaries on board. With immense pleasure, I welcome a great visionary and an excellent strategist, the Director of Global Business Strategy and Advisory of the Masterminds International, the Mentor on International Business, Dr. Amon E. Kasambala. He is a man of appreciation who is expertised in mentoring and business development strategy. You know, when I got to know about him through Google's eyes and LinkedIn ears, my first thought was, am I really even equipped to address him in Zoom? Because his contribution for the industry and the society is phenomenal. And it has a long history. It begins in 1991 with UPCSA, wherein his passion for learning is always lit. He had his doctorate in social science from Stellenbosch, and he did his MBA in Management School of South Africa. He always looks for different ways to contribute more to the society than he receives. He had been the board member in Ministry of Health of Zambia, supporting the government initiatives. He always has a space to support the education industry and currently associated with 2 managements as strategic advisor since 2016. And he had also received his certification on executive leadership coaching skill from Neuro Leadership Group South Africa in 2013. His certification on Serve Model Leadership Training from University of Mill. His contribution dwells always on uplifting people's life. And as the CEO of Focus and Family, he has changed many lives in Rio. His drive, his passion and vision has made phenomenal changes. And I'm glad to welcome such a visionary, our Director of Global Business Strategy and Advisory of Masterminds International, Dr. Eman Kasambala. We welcome you on board and thank you so much for your presence this evening. Without any further ado, I request Dr. Amani Kasambala to launch the professional licensing and say a few words about our company.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Can you hear me well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the High Commissioner of India to Eswatini. Respect to you, ma'am. I cherish your country because I have been to your country several years ago. I went to Hyderabad. I went to New Delhi. I went to Taj Mahal. It's really a beautiful country. And never talk about, biryani and roti and chapati and all those kind of nice foods. So I really miss India. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, especially to somebody I call my brother and my sister, Dr. and Mrs. Tanigai. Thank you so much for inviting me to sit in this forum of very highly academic with high brains who are trying to change the world or contribute a change to the world. For me, the Masterminds International Institute has come at the right time. It is spotting a gap that is not only in the market, but a gap that is in humanity, in our young people, but also in the professional career of different fields. And therefore, it is really a great honor to say a few words about the professional licensing program. This program is for specialists, people who are already in the industry, but they find themselves stuck. They cannot proceed further. Yes, they have the MBA, they have the business degree, they have a Bachelor of Commerce, but then they cannot find themselves going further. This is where the Masterminds professional licensing program comes in to upskill those kind of people who want to go further in their professional career by certifying what they have done academically on one hand, but also professionally in terms of experience. So our gap there is to come and certify those people, recommend them to high-level companies that are looking for those kind of professionals in the market. So that's our specialty. We look at professionals who are already in the market, but they're feeling they want to go further. But then they need someone to certify, to indicate that they've done extra work within their professional life, plus their experience. Secondly, we are entering the gap not to compete with the high-end prices. I mean, you can find this on the World Certification Institute, WCI. They're doing a similar thing. But for us, as the Masterminds International Institution, our role is to provide affordable academics, affordable gap, for people, to do what they want, what they want to do. So therefore, it is really a great honor, especially now I'm greeting you from South Africa, being a Zambian, my friend, myself. I feel empowered to talk about Africa. Africa is in need of this kind of institution. And that's why I really salute everyone who has held hands to make this dream a possibility. To end this, the vision of Mastermind is to be the preferred online partner for every career aspirant across the globe amongst the focus group. That is our vision, to be a partner with those companies, to be a partner with a number of institutions out there. And therefore, definitely we can launch the professional licensing program. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Ramon. I request the team to launch the professional licensing program, please. Thank you, team. Next, I would like to call upon Mrs. Annie Anthony, Director of Administration, the Masterminds International, to felicitate and welcome Dr. Augustus Azaria, Director of HR, IBM India. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Shruti. Good evening, and a warm welcome to everyone present here. I start this wonderful opportunity of interviewing Dr. Augustus G.S. Azaria, Director and Mentor of Masterminds International. Dr. Augustus G.S. Azaria has a very interesting career, having started work in area of tech sales, consulting, and training, while the IT industry was gaining root in India. With more than 2.5 decades of experience in human resources function and currently serving in IBM as Director, Human Resources and Business Continuity Leader with deep focus in employee and labor relations. He has gained deep understanding of constantly changing business and is regarded as a subject matter expert and thought leader in people strategy. He leads public policy initiatives in simplifying the labor laws and was instrumental in authoring the Unified Labor Code white paper in 2008 and presented to the government. He has held various leadership roles in IBM India Human Resources in the area of business HR, staffing, leadership development, succession plans, mergers, divestments, and acquisitions. He is an active proponent of a future of work in the digital transformation of HR. He serves on the board and committees as chairman and the Women Empowerment Leadership. Committee of Bangalore Chamber of Commerce, BCIC, NASSCOM, National Association of Software and Services Companies, CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, GWFN, Global Workforce Management, ISTD, Indian Society for Training and Development. He was recently recognized as Asia's most innovative tech HR leader by HRM Asia and Times of India. He was also awarded the Thought Leadership Award recently by African Asian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. The numerous accolades as well as an honorary doctorate bestowed upon him for his contribution to HR function and the future of work. He is a startup mentor as well as a strong supporter of social entrepreneurship that focuses or supports the advancements of women. Good evening, sir. I now request you to speak a few words about Masterminds International and kindly do the honors of launching.
Thank you for unmuting me, and thanks so much for those very kind words. And I'm truly delighted to be here this afternoon with warm greetings from India, especially on today, Teachers' Day. And with that, I would like to also respectfully welcome and acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency, Ms. Radha Venkataraman, and Dr. Tanigaimani and Rosama Tanigaimani, the Mastermind International Institution's faculty and staff, guests of honor, my friends, dignitaries on and off the stage. Thank you so much once again for bringing me here to the launch of the 360-degree HR Solutions program. And before I do the honors, I wanted to quickly remind you all about what has happened in the HR space over the last, let's say, 5 decades. You all probably are aware of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow was a psychologist, and he said that we have an hierarchy of needs. Once our basic physiological safety needs are fulfilled, we seek love and belongingness. And once we get love and belongingness, we seek self-esteem and prestige. Once we seek self-esteem and prestige, finally, we seek self-actualization. But this was 50 years ago, and that pyramid was built at a time which was different. And today, psychologists and industrial leaders, corporate executives, recently conclude that the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, while it may be right, is not as relevant today. And why do I say it? Because in today's world of work, it is driven by technology, it's driven by people, it's driven by innovation and passion. And the world of work also changes. You know, it has changed. Employee expectations have changed. Today, we have 3 or even 4 generations in the workplace. We have a multicultural, diverse workforce. We need to have the sensitivity to embrace diversity. We need to be inclusive of other people's shortcomings as well as the strength that they bring to the table. And we know that all these things put together make our products and our projects and the services that we provide truly world-class. And that brings in greater job opportunities, more profits for the company, and of course, the overall development of humankind. So with that, you know, I would like the Masterminds International Institutions to imbibe some of these things, all right? And as we launch this 360-degree HR solutions, let's not forget that over the last 16 months, that we have all been thrown into a storm, okay? And the storm happened in March of 2020, which was the COVID situation. And what happened is that we were all riding the storms in our own individual boats. But how did we ride the storm? Because of the skills, because of what was imparted to us as training, as learning, as competencies, as behaviors, as certifications, where we said we will use our skills to survive. We will use our skills to ensure that we ride the storm, and we will learn out of it, and we will apply that learning if we are going to be hit by another storm, God forbid. And therefore we built resilience. And today, as you launch 360-degree HR solutions, firstly, it's got to be resilient, and it's got to have the ability to weather the various storms. Then it's got to be adaptable. We all need to build the adaptability, which we all have definitely, so that we are able to have that strength to help people around us and to also grow our own skills and grow our own abilities. Last but not least, during this time, management has also taken a change. There has been a management by compassion. There has been a management by empathy. When I say management by compassion, I have been personally impacted by a lot of my colleagues and their families who succumbed to COVID. And it's not been easy. So corporations, managements have come forward to identify what are those big things that we could do to help our people. Be it vaccination, be it oxygen concentrators, be it getting a bed at the hospital, or an ambulance, or grief counseling, or general employer assisted counseling. These are the things that are the order of the day, because the expectation of the employee has changed. Today, the expectation of the employee, now that they have all those three hierarchies, fulfilled for them as per Maslow, they are looking at an experience. And that experience has to be provided by technology. It has to be provided by people. When I say experience, an employee today expects how he or she is going to be treated on a Flipkart or an Amazon. When you go into Flipkart or Amazon, it doesn't ask for your name. He says, hey, Augustus, I saw you last time you bought this. Now here's something else that you might be interested in. Similarly, managers, supervisors, and colleagues are expected to know who the people are they're talking to. And today's generation expects that, all right? And in learning and development, today Masterminds is in that space. I have to tell you that digital learning and learning on demand is going to be the order of the day, which means that today you can pick up any program which is relevant for you in the future. And you've got to have what I call a Netflix type of learning, all right? Which means that as I have learned this, it should tell me what job is out there for this particular learning intervention. And after this, what else can I do? So the learning tools and systems need to have deep learning and AI capability to understand what is happening out there in the market and how relevant can I be for your learning. That's a Netflix style learning. Last but not least, I have to conclude by saying that management or human resource management by 360-degree can happen with technology, no doubt. But if you want it to exceed all expectations and touch people, because people today want a purpose-driven workplace, which means that if I am today concerned about the environment, about the pollution in the air, I want to do something about it on my job. So let's say I'm coding in Java. If I'm coding in Java and then I'm worried about clean air, what do I want to do? I go and join an airline company, and airlines being the biggest pollutants, okay? Why do I join them? Because I have this project in that airline company which enables me to reduce the carbon footprint of that airline company. Because that airline company's business strategy is to reduce their carbon footprint, and every line of Java code that I am writing out there enables the world to be a better place. Now, to me as an individual or as an employee, it resonates with my personal beliefs and value system. And when it resonates with my personal beliefs and value system, I give more. I'm committed. And at the end of it, I'm fully engaged in what this organization is going to do, because our value systems are today in alignment. So remember, whatever we teach and do, we have to have people at the core while technology enables it. With that, thank you so much for having me here. And I wish you all a great future where you will continue to be adaptable, where you will build resilience, and you will all be very, very successful. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am and sir. Now I request Dr. Augustus Azaria to launch the business strategy and 360-degree HR solutions of the Masterminds International Institutions. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Ms. Annie Anthony again, Director of Administration, the Masterminds International, to felicitate and welcome Dr. Ajit Kumar, President and Chief Executive Officer, Global Conference Management Group. Over to you, Ms. Sani.
Thank you again, Shruti. Good evening again to one and all. And a warm welcome to everyone present here. And again, yes, I'm doing it again. I'm bestowed and this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. I'm sorry, we had a technical issue. I'm really sorry about that. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to everyone present. I have bestowed upon I left.
There seems to be a technical issue, so I can introduce Dr. Ajit Kumar instead. I once again have the privilege to introduce Dr. M. Ajit Kumar, Director of Management Studies and advisor here at Masterminds International. Dr. M.K. Ajit Kumar worked with India's flagship India Tourism Development Corporation, Government of India, in Chennai, and ITDC Ashok in Pondicherry as the General Manager. He is a PhD from Applied Economics Department, Cook Tourism University of Science and Technology. Currently, he is the President and CEO of Global Conference Management Group, handling this destination marketing and conference management worldwide. He is also the board chairman of World Tourism Quiz Private Limited, former member of the Board of Examiners for award of PhD degree with the Cochin University of Science and Technology. I now request Dr. Kumar to say a few words about our company.
Thank you, Shruti. Hope I am audible. Thanks and good afternoon to everyone. And happy Teachers' Day to all the teachers in this august audience. I hope I am audible.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Honorable Chief Guest, Her Excellency Ms. Radha Venkatraman, very privileged to be here with you, ma'am. Dignitaries, CEO of the Masterminds International, my good friend Dr. Tanika Mani, MD of the Masterminds International, all members of this group, good afternoon and good evening to one and all present in this inaugural ceremony. Before I go further, I'd like to say a few words about the CEO, Dr. Tanika Mani, whom I have had the privilege of knowing for almost 20 years. Most of you may not know, but he's been the brain behind Dr. V. Mohan's MV Diabetes Research Center in Chennai. His sincere hard work may not have been seen or visible outside, but having known him closely and seen his work at close quarters, I think Dr. Mohan was extremely privileged to have such a smart, great person, a visionary like Dr. Tanika Mani working with him. And we see proof of that in today's inaugural ceremony of the Masterminds International. I was just overwhelmed at seeing this precise coordination and getting this global launch of Masterminds International. And it shows the precision with which Dr. Thanigamani works. And I'm sure that this institution is going to go ahead globally and be the leader in its field. I'm extremely privileged to have the opportunity to launch the international business. The Masterminds International Business Networking and Opportunities aims to help your business of any complexity in networking to promote your organization, discover new opportunities on a global scale and vice versa, build your student base in the fields of medical, engineering, science and technology, and management for undergraduate, postgraduate, and students aspiring for doctorates. The Kingdom of Eswatini, or Swaziland, is strategically positioned to offer and cater to SADC that expands its student reach to further regions of neighboring countries of the African continent. The Masterminds International is a global business network with a team of dedicated international business people serving countries globally that will help you facilitate in establishing your institution at the Kingdom of Eswatini with a goal of helping every type of organization to enhance the social systems. I wish the Masterminds International may grow up to achieve great success, name and fame, to provide the great quality of services around the globe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Ajit Kumar to launch the international business of the Masterminds International Institution. Thank you, team. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Kevin T. Cherian, Director of Masterminds International, to felicitate and welcome Mr. Hassan, Film and Animation Director, Father of Animation in Malaysia. Over to you, Dr. Kevin.
Thank you, Shruti. A very warm welcome to all the respected guests of honor, directors and CEO of the Masterminds International. It gives me immense pleasure and privilege to welcome and speak about the achievements of a great personality like Mr. Hassan Abdul Muttalib. He proved his mettle with an ease in multi-talented levels of accomplishment. He is known as the father of Malaysian animation. He is a film director, co-writer, production manager, and a visual effects supervisor. He is also an academic lecturer in major Malaysian colleges such as Lim Kok Wing University, Malaya University, UITM, Sunway University, to name a few. He is a syllabus moderator in film and animation for the One Academy, UCSI, Daseem Academy of Art, Open University, City University, Polytechnics, and Community College. He has also given lectures across the globe in countries like Singapore, Norway, Brunei, Indonesia, India, Philippines, Bangladesh, Germany, and Indonesia. He is a director and lecturer at Darul Digital Solutions. He is visiting scholar at the Art, Design, and Media School, Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, where he curates on the Malaysian animation program on Silhouette Animation. He is an industry advisor for many top universities across Indonesia and Malaysia. He is an advisor for Sharpened Word and Igbo. He is a dignified panel jury member of film and animation festivals, which include shorts and feature films for prestigious awards from Malaysia, India, North Korea, and many prestigious countries. We from the Masterminds family are pleasure to have you as our Director for Visual Media and animation. May I now request Mr. Hassan Abdul Muttalib to share a few words about the Masterminds International.
Mr. Hassan, you're actually on mute.
Mr. Hassan, could you please unmute? You had to unmute in your device. Mr. Hassan, could you please unmute?
Okay.
ஹலோ அண்ணா அட்மிட் பண்ணியாச்சு. அவர் பண்ணி
Okay, getting my audio?
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Good enough. Okay, so sorry about that. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Your Excellency. Nice to see you here, and to all distinguished guests, good evening also. I look a bit different from my picture because everybody keeps calling me Mr. Modi, so I decided to get everything off. My parents are from South India. I was born in Malaysia a very, very long time ago, and it looks like I'm the oldest person here. I'm 76 years old. Everybody looks so young, and I feel really old. Okay, it's an honor and privilege to attend this launch by Masterminds International that has its commitment to deliver the best solutions for business. With an international outreach and with a dedicated set of professionals from across academia, business and industry, Masterminds is set to create graduates who will serve their country with the needed skills, with dedication, and who are committed to deliver the best. Digital technology has transformed the way we think, work, and play, as was predicted by Nesbitt and Toffler as early as the 1980s. Today, we don't talk anymore about the benefits it brings. Instead, we are finding new ways to be creative and innovative in a bid to be even more successful. And so it then becomes all the more important for us to remember, as Einstein has noted, that success in the real sense of the word is not only about succeeding, but also about being a person of value. Even Mahatma Gandhi has said the same thing. For him, one of the social sins is having knowledge but being without character. Who you truly are as a person is actually what takes you onwards. In a world that is becoming more chaotic, we must uphold the ancient values that has guided our forefathers. And when we study, we discover things about the world but true knowledge is achieved when we discover our inner selves. Knowledge, therefore, has to be holistic, also encompassing the spiritual. I have been in the film and animation industry, as well as being a trainer for more than 50 years. I have been guided by the advice of Einstein and Gandhi, among others, which I have found to be absolutely true. The successful students who will receive their certificates today will no doubt have realized that their real learning will begin once they start working. They would know that the purpose of education is not to fill themselves with knowledge, but inspire them to action. If they go on to learning on their own and also continue it for the rest of their lives, then the courses that they have had with Masterminds International will surely have been beneficial and worthwhile. What Masterminds International is doing is not just educating and training students, but providing a significant contribution to humanity in creating a better generation of knowledgeable graduates. Congratulations to the students who will receive their certificates, and being someone who has never had, who is entirely self-taught, I hope also to get a certificate one of these days. I would like to thank Mastermind for giving me the opportunity to deliver this address, and I hope to do more in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request Mr. Hassan to distribute the first batch of certificates to the students of the Masterminds International Institution.
So shall I call the first name? Okay. The first person on the list to receive the certificate is Adeline Mary Andrews. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is she around?
She is there, sir, but we can introduce
Adeline?
Okay, I'll go to the next one. The second person is Christina KM. The next person is JS Shalini. Next is Kajol R. Is this the actress? And the next one is Mihatswa Lungile Nikosino Musa. I hope I got that right. And the next one is Mihatswa Mufana Wenkosi Den. And following that is Nikita JS. Next is Nontokazi Anisia Kunene. I hope I get everything right. And the last one is R. Rithika. Congratulations to all of them. Nine of them
Thank
altogether.
you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Mr. Subin T. Cherian, Director of Masterminds International, to felicitate and welcome Mr. M. Parameswaran, Chairman of Science Discourse, Ministry of Education, Government of Malaysia. Over to you, Mr. Subin.
Thank you, Shruti. A very good afternoon to all respected guests of honor, chief guest, directors, and the CEO of the Masterminds International. Thank you to all the attendees who have given their valuable time on this occasion. It's a great honor and a pleasure to introduce you the highly important, influential, and a powerful personality in Malaysia, Mr. M. Parameswaran. Mr. M. Parameswaran, a scholar, a lecturer, and a motivational speaker who has a high experience in specializing in diversified fields such as human resource development, history and civilization, protocol, and communication. In academics, he has done his graduation in health sciences and Islamic revealed knowledge and has finished his post-graduation in educational psychology and human resource development. His hard work and his continuous dedication have brought him to the greater heights, which inspires a lot of people. In 2005, he received a National Level Excellence Service Award and National Bowler Star Award in 2010. He is highly influential person in the Ministry of Education Malaysia for the past 32 years and is well-known persona with the political leaders from various political parties. He was a working chairman for the Board of Hospital Visitor, Sultan Ismail Hospital, Ministry of Health. Later, he was given the title as a senior lecturer in the Ministry of Education Malaysia, subject matter expert committee member, Ministry of Education Matriculation Program for General Studies, General Paper, chairman of Science Discourse, General Studies, General Paper, Ministry of Education, and chairman Johor State Board of Assembly Management for Tamil School. Sir, you have been a great inspiration for the young generation. On behalf of Masterminds International, may I request Mr. M. Parameswaran to address the gathering and virtually present the certificate as a token of motivation to the students who have undergone the 10 days short-term course program. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, the chairperson. Warm welcome to the Honorable Excellency, Ms. Radha Venkatraman, High Commissioner of India in Kingdom of Swaziland or Swaziland. The distinguished Mastermind Operation Team's Chairman and CEO, Dr. Tanigamani, and his team members. Respected guest of honors from various cities of India, South Africa, and Malaysia, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, late good evening in Malaysia, good evening India, good afternoon Africa, and good day to everybody. The Honorable Chief Guest, ladies and gentlemen, the Mastermind International has been recognized by the High Commission of India in Swaziland. In other words, the government of India promotes and provides international business networking in various fields, including education. At the same time, it promotes business and collaborate with international companies in Africa and rest of the world. In the field of education, the Mastermind offers, as we all know, offers a professional degrees, job-oriented programs to upskill the knowledge to match the industry institutional requirements. As our chief guest classified, the programs are divided into 4 schools: School of Management, School of Engineering, School of Science and Technology, and School of Allied Health Sciences. The Honorable Chief Guest, ladies and gentlemen, the Mastermind have a dedicated set of professionals ranging from business tycoons to academicians and industrial experts around the world that work around the clock to provide us with the best assistance as possible. Moreover, the Mastermind International is an accredited institution from various accredited companies and also countries. The institution's main objectives are to provide certifications, opportunities for all at any point of their life, bring out multiple talented individuals with the choice of customization, help individuals to complete this at their own pace to save their precious time and develop them from a professional to a qualified expert. The Honorable Chief of Guests, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tanigamani called me a couple of months ago and told me the vision and the mission of Mastermind International Institutions, and is very keen to promote, to work together in establishing Mastermind International Institution in Malaysia. In fact, we had a couple of lengthy discussions. For me, interest is a powerful motivational process to success. More ends make for lighter work. Two heads better than one. We are working on it. I'm working with Mr. Hassan Muttalib sir. We are working on it, breaking some complex tasks into parts and steps, planning, refining, understanding through discussion, and we are now tackling some complex problems here, meet of delegating roles and responsibilities. Dr. Tanigamani, definitely we will work together with Mastermind International Institution in near future, in Malaysia especially. Last but not least, I would like to thank Mastermind International Institutions for giving me an opportunity to say a few words on this memorable and auspicious day. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. I request Mr. Parameshwaran to distribute the second batch of certificates to the students of the Masterminds International Institution.
Congratulations to all achievers. Now I would like to announce Masterminds, the second batch of, the first batch of students, graduates, but second list. First in the list, Sharada Group from Healthcare Department. Congratulations. Second, Sriya Praveen from Human Resource Management Department. Congratulations. Third, Stalin Panneerselvam from Finance Management Department. Congratulations. Fourth, Subin Tanigamani Charian from Quality Assurance and International Standards Department. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. If you work hard and you did it, you work hard and you did it. Enjoy life to the fullest. May your hopes and dreams become reality. Once again, thank you very much to Mastermind International Institution for giving me an opportunity to participate on this memorable day. Thank you to all graduates. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
Shruti, could you read those certificates names once again? The students which Mr. has.
Sure. Next, we have Swati Kurup for Project Management, Tamil Udayan M for Human Resource Management, Vishnu Vasudevan for Quality Assurance and International Standards, Vishnu Priya V for Teaching and Education Systems Management. Thank you. Now, I'd like to call upon Mrs. Umadevi C.S. Nair, Executive Director of the Masterminds International, to present the vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Shruti. Good evening to our Honorable Chief Guest, Her Excellency, Ms. Radha, our dignitaries, members of staff, and everyone witnessing this event from across the globe. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks to conclude our launch for today. On behalf of the Masterminds International, I extend a heartfelt thank you to our chief guest, Her Excellency Ms. Radha, who spared time from her busy schedule to grace the occasion. I extend my gratitude to Dr. M.J. Ramakrishnan, Dr. Balasubramaniam, Dr. Amun, Dr. Augustus, Dr. Ajit Kumar, Mr. Hassan, Mr. Parameswaran for gracing this occasion and sharing their opinions with us. We are also privileged to have with us today Mr. Kurian Cherian, Chairman of Pravasi Global Association, our mentors, professionals, and students. Indeed, we have participants not only in India, but from Eswatini, South Africa, Malaysia, US, UK, UAE, Austria, Canada, Denmark, Australia, Philippines, Portuguese, Switzerland, and many other countries. An event like this cannot happen overnight. It requires planning and bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated members of staff who have made this event a grand success. Last but not least, a big thank you to each one and every one of you who made this launch a memorable one for all of us. Thank you so much. Over to Shruti.
Thank you so much for closing the ceremony on that right note, ma'am. Before we end for the day, let's stand together for the national anthem of India, followed by the national anthem of Swaziland. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being a wonderful audience. I hope you have a great day ahead. Please stay safe. This is Shruti signing off.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for everyone.